Well, happy Tuesday, everybody in Streamland and players. How you guys doing tonight? Looks like
Good.
looks like we're live. Everything's live. So I hate that last minute trying to fix cameras and now sound doesn't work for the freaking new intro I did. What the hell? It's always something. Welcome to the Stream World. So last week you guys had taken a little trip. It was more than a 3 hour tour, I tell you that. Of a couple of weeks, 14 days to be exact, to get out to Purple Rocks. And when you approach the Purple Rocks, the main island of whatever the hell that place is called. I think I have a little map.
Vilksted?
Yeah, Vilkstig.
Vilksted.
And you guys were escorted in to the main bay area in Vilkstead, and on with your rowboats, since you can't bring a voyage in there. It's a little too shallow and too rocky, and you got to be a little more maneuverable than a big old sailboat or a big old ship. But as you guys get in to the little bay area and get up on the dock, this is kind of what it looks like. So it's a big palisaded in bay area with where the ships can come in, the longboats can, and then behind all that is mountains. So this little village is built on the bottom of this mountain, and up into the mountains you can see way up high what looks like the remnants of a keep up there, and that's where you guys are heading. That's where these they're called Rocklanders. The people who live here, they're Northmen. They're Viking looking. They're rough tumble fisher folk type of people here. As you
But you said
guys,
they've got watery eyes and kind of
yeah,
Sick looking.
pallid.
they
Yeah.
definitely look like they're sick or they haven't slept, kind of drugged down, uh, worried, drained look on their faces as they escort you guys up to meet the Sea King. What's his name? Frenos. Now you guys do see flying a flag here and there, the Kraken Society symbol. You also do see that some of these longboats have the Kraken-looking thing on the front of it. So these people definitely venerate the Kraken. Uh, and
Which is
as
why
you,
I'm thinking we shouldn't be here.
yeah, so as you guys make your way up to the Vilkstead Castle, you can see that it leers down over the harbor from the high cliffs up, to the north. It's really a fort, and it's constantly battered by the frigid north winds that whip around the structure. A lot of the area outside the main area is kind of in ruins. Uh, it's not totally uh, standing. There's old areas, but there's like a mournful wail that echoes throughout the place, like as you guys you can hear the waves crashing down below. You can smell the salt air. And remember, as you guys move through this village, you don't see any, if at all, any women or little children. It's just mainly um, mid mid-aged males running around. You don't see any. And as you guys get up to the main keep area, there's a couple of big, huge berserker-looking barbarian Northmen standing guard up there. You're escorted up by 10 guys that were in the longboat. So guards or soldiers, if you want to have a name to them. Let's see. Oh, here it is. Yeah, so when you arrive to the southern island of Athril, uh, they are escorted to Volksteed, official settlement of slate roof shacks, thatched longhouses, and plain granite shrines. The whole island has a dark purple hue underneath the storm sky. It's like a dark purple hue underneath the storm sky that hangs perpetually over the purple rocks. You're taken up to Vilstead Castle to meet with Sea King Frannis. So as you look back down, you can see the harbor. It's a large open bay that's protected. And there's on the east side of the island, you know, just north of this area that you guys came in, there's like a pristine beach down there. You can see it as you're going up. It's a really nice beach area. It's kind of outside the main harbor that's really protected. And around the village, you can see some shrines that are set up. And I'm just running through some of this real quick for you. The crumbling edifice of the castle leers down over the harbor from the high cliffs to the north. As you're led into the main habitable region of the ruins, they pass through a dome. You guys pass through like a dome circular chamber whose walls are engraved with crashing waves motif. And like way off to the side, you can see a group of individuals. They're all circled around this hole in the ground, and there's about 2 or 3 dozen people milling about up here. And as you guys see, you see 3 of these big Norsemen. They lead like a what you would consider a commoner. You know, they're just wearing like regular clothes. They're not wearing armor like the Northmen are. And they lead him up to the hole, and there's a little chant for a few seconds, and then they throw him into this hole. And you can hear him scream as he bounces off the rocks and falls into that cavern. And in the back, behind this whole procession and things that's going on, you guys see a figure that's cloaked head to toe in black, like a black veil kind of cloak, completely cloaked. I even made some images, but I don't see it now. What the hell? Even my images that I added are gone. There's nothing in uncategorized. What the hell? Something screwy, huh? Well, anyways, this cloaked figure is back there, kind of lingering behind the group as this little whatever takes place. This, you're not sure if it was a sacrifice or punishment or what. But the guards that are taking you, they don't pay no real attention to it. They take you in. They open up the main keep area. The 4 big bodyguard guys kind of, or the front guards kind of let you through, and they take you into this main keep area. and you're led into what would be considered like the throne room area. And inside the throne room area, there are four more of the big, huge bodyguard looking guys. And there's there's another individual. He's standing by the throne. He's not sitting in it yet, but as you come in, he sits down into the throne, and you assume that this is the Sea King Franus. He's a thinner guy. He's not as big as these guys. Uh, he's he's kind of got brown teeth, and he doesn't his eyes are all roomy and watery and stuff. As you guys come in, he says, "Please come in. I welcome you to the island." As you guys get up, he stands and he waves you forward. Does anyone give him any kind of respect?
Yeah, Ember will. Ember will bow.
Yeah, if he's a king. Well, I can see Krill doesn't. He's thinking about it. Scuzzer says no. All right, so 4 of us do.
The 4 of you do? All right. So
I
Krell
might.
does.
Scuzzer might give a half-assed attempt at like a nod of the head.
So he says, "Please, please approach. I am Sea King Fenris." And he reaches to shake your hands.
I'll take his hand.
When you touch his hand, it's like clammy and just grubby, but not like you kind
Like
of
holding an
expect
eel?
them. Yeah, a little not so slimy, but very clammy.
Well, you've
And,
probably
Ring.
you've shaken Nystagmus's hand before, so you're used to it.
Yeah, that doesn't bother me.
He-
Good point.
He says, "So I understand you come to trade with our fair town of Volksteed, have you?"
It's a possibility. And then I'll just turn and look at Nystagmus.
Everybody kind of probably glances over at Nystagmus. His fin goes up.
Yes, that's right. We are here to trade.
Maybe. Depends on how favorable the terms are.
My friend is somewhat more cynical than I am.
I'm just helping him in his act, so I'll give him the assist if need be.
He says, "You're more than welcome to trade with the vendors down in the harbor area. You can stay as long as you like." He says, "I will provide you a longhouse to stay in, free of charge. One of my guards," he points to one of the guards and says, "he will, when we're done here, escort you down to the longhouse so you can stay comfortably." As you guys are talking a little bit, that cloaked figure kind of comes in like the back of the throne room. You can kind of see him cut through, like just catch a glimpse of him. And the Sea King Fenris looks over at him, and you can immediately, I mean, DC 10 Wisdom Insight. I'm not even going to have you guys roll it. You can immediately see that Franus, he starts to break out in a cold sweat. And there's some desperation or even maybe some madness now that are in his, he just kind of looks up and he just kind of bug-eyed stares ahead for a moment.
I'm keeping a very close eye on that guy.
Yeah, you see him like move through the back of the throne room, like just kind of.
Does he
How
look
close
like,
of an eye are you keeping on him?
Oh, an extremely close eye.
Like a
Which
perception
one?
check, close
Are
eye?
you looking at
Oh,
him
yeah.
like this, or like
me a-
Definitely a perception check level.
Give me a perception check as Krell kind of cocks his head and does his little eyeball thing. So you notice that this individual does not leave any footsteps or noises when he walks. As a matter of fact, with a 21, you don't even think he's touching the ground.
Scuzzer's creeped out.
I want to keep the king's attention while all this is going on. So I'm just continuing to talk with him, and I'm thanking him, and saying that's your offer is very generous. Do you extend these kind of offers to all of the merchants who come to trade with your town?
He just continues to stare ahead with his bug-eyed expression now on his face, and he says, "We do." His
Weird.
voice has changed a little bit.
Tell me a little bit about what we saw outside. What chucking the guy down the hole. What's going on out there?
Those who displease the deep gods must take the traitor's plunge in the Stentorian. Oh, in a Stentorian voice that appears to be not his own.
Can I tell, was he saying trader with a D or traitor with a T?
T. Traitor's plunge. It says, "Please stay in the longhouse." And he raises his hand, and you see the guards kind of like shuffle you guys towards the entrance where you came in.
Is this longhouse like a hostel?
It's a public house. So you guys are taken back out of the keep and kind of brought back down into the main harbor area. Not too far from the docks is they bring you to a longhouse. The longhouse it looks like it doesn't get used all the time, At first you would guess it to be an older warehouse or something. But as you guys are brought to it, this is kind of what the buildings and stuff look like. So this would be a longhouse. So you're, near the water. There's a little dock, and further up is the keep and stuff. So you guys are brought down to the longhouse. Thank you for whoever made this longhouse, because it did not come with a module. But it suits our purposes. And the guards kind of leave you to your own devices.
Is there any kind of personnel in the longhouse at all?
It does look like the place does get used occasionally, especially like this area, like the common area does. Like they use it to have meals or something once in a while. But currently there's no one in there. But you can see some dirty pots and pans and stuff that look like they were recent, maybe morning breakfast or something.
I don't trust that they're just giving us free lodging at all. I wanna go just check this place out pretty thoroughly and see if there's anything out of the ordinary that catches my eye.
What, in the longhouse you're talking?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can. You guys can give me here. Actually, I will utilize.
I think Scuzzer wants to do the same thing, but on the outside around the area.
And Krell's scouting up above.
So Nystagmus, you like find a comfortable bed, and you're like, hey, this isn't too bad. I don't see anything wrong with this. The rest of
The
you,
two people who said they wanted to do it.
It's fine, guys. Yeah, we're safe here. It's totally cool.
I found some
We're good.
rocks and sticks
We're
and
good.
stuff.
Yeah. But you guys don't find anything out of the ordinary. You know, the place does have a musty, moldy smell, and you can see that there is growing here and there little patches of mold, like the place doesn't get taken care of a lot or used a lot.
Yeah, I'm not digging this.
Do we actually
Why-
want to stay here, guys?
Yeah, why is he giving this to us for free and we not even doing anything? Didn't offer him
Yeah.
anything.
I'd be inclined to stand lookout out in the trees that are just outside.
Like perched in a tree, like, ooh,
Yeah.
ooh.
Perched in a tree and just kind of watching everything.
Hanging out with wings.
Sure. I mean, if they're gonna come get us, I want head notice. Want a heads up.
All right, so you're outside. What's everyone else gonna do? I mean, it's by the time he get back down here, it's like 2 in the afternoon, or maybe a little bit later. You think you only got a few hours of time left? Campfire Quest just rated with 8 viewers. What's up, guys? I popped in earlier watching you guys. Thanks for the raid. Welcome to Call from the Deep, Drake Takes channel. Hey, oh. They're
So-
Amber's gonna
Go.
be looking around. First of all, check out the fire pit. What's the temperature like? Is it really cold in here?
the fire's not lit. There is plenty of wood around if you want to light a fire. The temperature outside is just above freezing.
Yeah, we'll
Yeah,
start
so he'll go
stacking some
ahead.
furniture in there.
After we've searched around a bit, Ember's gonna claim one of the bigger beds and then start the fire.
So I'm gonna put you guys on the map, bloop, and you guys can move yourself around.
And just as a reminder, Krell has a passive perception of 22.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
So I'm gonna be talking to the Stagmus. I'm gonna poke him and say, "Get up, man. We gotta talk about this.
Oh, this bed is so soft and warm, though.
Get up. You don't know what's been laying in that bed. Hey, listen. And I'm afraid to even think anything here. You know, it's like we can't discuss anything. We can't think anything here because that's an octopus head floating around underneath that black robe. And then I'm not going to say anything else, and I'm just going to turn around and go sit over here across the room and just stare at everybody else like, tell me when you're ready to get out of here.
In my studies of the Illithid, did I find any indication that they don't walk, that they float, levitate?
They do have the ability to levitate. Yes, you do know that.
This is
Oh,
one
here's,
freaky town
uh,
with a bunch of sick
Here,
people.
I found some images. Here is Sea King Frannis.
Vikings, what a great show.
Yeah, thank you to whoever posted this on Google. Thank you. On share. And the hooded figure that you guys saw.
Yep, freaky.
So, are you guys gonna hang around in here for a little while, or are you gonna wander around into the harbor area, or?
I think Caesar will wander around and try to find something to eat.
Try to find something to eat? Okay.
Yeah.
We should at least get
Good
the
for-
lay of the land, the town,
Yeah.
where, the main
Are you
points
guys
of
going
interest
together,
are.
or are you guys gonna split up?
No, we're
Is
gonna
that,
go together, and
is that,
I'm gonna
Stick together.
is that a
take
DM?
this opportunity
Do you guys want
to
to
ask
split
You
up?
these
asking us to
guys.
split the party?
Yeah, yeah. Are you guys gonna split the party? Huh?
Yeah, Ember's gonna stay with Nystagmus. Once we get the fire started, prestidigitation a little bit around the pillows and where my head rests. Put my non-expensive gear, and then I'll go. Once we got the fire going to heat up the place, I'll head with Nystagmus wherever he goes.
All right. So the three of you kind of go out into the little harbor area, and you kind of walk down towards like the fishing docks. That's like where the main hubbub is going of things going on, and you the wind's blowing across here. It's the deep harbor. You can see the kraken-headed longships that are out amongst the many more fishing vessels that are out there. And you can see that there's like little small groups of the Rocklanders. They sit fishing off the edges of the piers with long rods and like crabbing lines. They're pulling up things. And as you guys are standing there, you look out, and there's like a couple of fishermen out there. One of them's got like a little net where they've got a couple of fish flopping around, that they put in the water to keep them alive a little bit. And suddenly, one of them, he starts choking. He's like, and he starts sputtering. And he's making this like sickening like squelching noise or something, and then he starts to retch a little. He's like, and then as he retches, he's like, and he coughs up like an eel comes out of his mouth, like, and lands on the dock and starts flopping around in the slime. They come out. He's like, and the other one standing next to him looks down at it, and he picks up a club and he like whacks the eel, and he like scoops it over into the net that he has with the rest of the other fish that he has for the catch of the day or whatever. And the other guy straightens back up, spits out some more of the slime, and picks back up his pole and continues to fish. Everybody give me a charisma saving throw that witnessed that.
Charisma?
Charisma, yeah. Well, Krell, you feel some kind of maddening wave come over you. Remember we talked earlier about your sanity points? You failed, as did Scuzzer. So if you wish to burn a point of sanity right now to automatically succeed, you can do so. Or you can take the effect.
What was the effect?
You don't know yet. That's the gamble.
Scuzzer will take the effect so everybody knows what the first effect is.
Yeah,
He's gonna
I'll
take the plunge?
effect too.
All right, so Krell, you start experiencing very vivid hallucination. You can go ahead and say that for me.
Hallucinations.
Nations.
And for the next 6 minutes, you're going to have disadvantage on ability checks. And Scuzzer, you start to remember something that took place in your past. And the other individuals around you see Scuzzer's kind of eyes roll back as he just stares in a paralyzed position, like just becomes paralyzed for the next minute as you guys witness that.
Hey,
he's paralyzed. He's just like he's in his own mind.
he's just staring at this dude's puke.
Yeah, he retreats into his mind and becomes paralyzed.
I say, Scuzzer, we found a brothel.
Perks right up.
We found your pirate skull buried in the sand. We're going to get it.
Yeah, you don't. I don't think you're gonna do anything in the next few minutes anyway. So I didn't call for the effect. If you were in combat, now that's another story. Or if combat.
I figured
kicks
I'd
off.
add it anyway.
Yeah, that's kind of nice. It should be all ability. It should be in all abilities would be a nice. thing
Yeah,
to
they don't have all in there.
Right. That's kind of.
So when Scuzzer comes to, he's gonna contemplate hunting for some food to cook for himself and not eat it anywhere in this city.
Yeah, you're looking around. There's a couple of like places like down near the harbor that look like they might have served food, but they're all like boarded up and don't look like they've been in use for quite some time.
Ember's cooking dinner.
And you can see like a few fisher folk, like they may have like one fish in their net, you know, like the longboats come back and they have like Forrest Gump, we got a shrimp, you know.
No, I'm eating the rations, my personal rations I got. I'm not eating this shit. Not if they're puking stuff like that. Ain't no
So you
way.
guys notice that these shrines, these rock shrines, or actually they're made out of granite. They just appear to be like standing stones or any, you know. But you can see whenever one of the Rocklanders walks past one of these stones, they always stop and press their palms against the stone. And you can see them pause for a second as they do this, and then they walk away.
Does it look like they're saying a prayer?
No, they don't say anything. They just press their palms against it and they close their eyes, kind of bow their head a little bit. And you can see them kind of, you know, shift their weight back and forth on their feet a little bit, but they don't actually say anything. And only
Alright, so-
for a brief, a brief moment, like, 6-8 seconds or so. But everyone definitely, anytime they pass one of these things, they definitely do that.
Weird.
Let's take Scuzzer while he's paralyzed and go over there and put his hands on him.
Prize hands. What
Let's
does it
see
feel
what
like?
happens.
I'm gonna have Wings land on one.
He refuses.
Alright, so I'll let them know.
He
Hey,
poops on it.
Wings will not land on one of those.
I will too.
Grill. Because it's not like bird poop either. Well, owls probably have a pretty crappy poop too. They eat like rodents, and same thing krill eats.
Now, are these piles of stones or are these like single standing monoliths?
Like single standing stones.
Anything inscribed on them?
Nope.
Nothing special about them, like what kind of stone they're made of or anything?
Granite.
Oh, that's right, you said that. Okay.
And looking at the stone, does it look like they've been doing this for thousands of years? Is there?
There's
is it worn away?
definitely like a worn path around them, and I mean, it doesn't look like the stones have like worn handprints in them where they place them in the same spot all the time or anything. But definitely the path that goes around them is very well worn, and you know, long time they've been doing it.
The Blarney Stone.
Yeah, and there's a bunch of these around the place. You know, 10 or so.
And everybody stops and does it.
Everybody that goes past them does it. And if they go
Except
past
us.
2 or 3, they do it to all, 2 or 3. Yeah, but when you guys walk past them, they don't really pay you any attention. You know, they don't like, ooh, point and go, you have to touch the stone. You know, they don't say anything or anything to you.
Should we just ask one what the fuck they're doing?
That's up
Ask
to
me
you guys.
exactly like that.
And the like towards the like the keep is up towards the right and the cliffs, and like and the this wall kind of runs the just around like the port area or the bay area. This palisade does, but you can see that it opens up and there's some looks like maybe some farmland off on the west side, and on the west side of the village you guys can see a wooden structure that's big and tall. You think it might have once been a temple or something. You can, but it looks in disarray or disrepair as you guys look at it across the village. And then the only other area you guys can make out is the beach area off to the east. You figure there's a couple hundred people around the village. And then the island stretches beyond to the north, beyond the mountains. You can see the island stretches way far. I mean, when you guys approached on the voyage, you can tell that this island was massive, several miles long. This is just one little village on the south end of the island.
So I'm going to look at Nystagmus and go, there's this insect, and this insect breeds, and when it's done, it bites the head off its mate. But that mate goes and hangs out with that insect all the time, this mantis thing, It take their breeding. That has nothing to do with breeding and sex, but why would any intelligent animal go knowingly to a place where doom is impending? And I'm going to look at all of us standing right here.
Well, we did come here willingly, right?
What did we come here for?
To find that Kraken.
Yeah, but I don't know that, we are, I'm afraid to talk or even think.
Yeah. I'm kind of leaning towards getting back up to that longhouse and setting up an ambush around it and waiting to see what is going to happen. Because I get the feeling that King's going to send something. Somebody's going to send something after us. And I'd rather be waiting for it rather than having it catch us by surprise.
Yeah, the DM made a
That's
map, but
fun.
he got a map of the longhouse. I mean, that's got to be a clue, right?
Well, that's beside the point. I mean, just everything about this place is wrong. And
Yes.
Yeah. Are you guys gonna explore anymore?
So I'm gonna have
absolutely
wings
not.
fly up
Yeah,
and
I'm
around.
afraid of
And-
going mad.
Okay, so Wing sees that there's a temple and a beach. Those are the other two areas.
And is there any buildings that look like they belong to the hooded figure, like a longhouse or a building out by itself, a house
The temple?
Wait, is
off
there like a
by
little
its way?
sign hanging out in front of the building that has like a mine flyer on it or something? I mean,
Shadow Man house.
Not just a
like,
single building
I
by
don't,
itself. We've got the village and you got the temple. Is there just one house anywhere just by itself?
no, not really. It's the main area, and then well out towards the west of the of the main village, outside on the island, you can see some structures scattered here and there. You know, like a farmhouse or something, maybe. But they're a good distance away, a mile or so outside of the village. There's like cliffs that overlook, you know, the harbor and stuff. You can see cliffs and the mountains, and then the keep's up in the up tucked into the mountain, right? That the keep area is. And there's cliffs that overlook the down into the bay, and onto the east side is a beach. And then, you know, there's houses and structures all through the village and stuff. The main area that this village is tucked in here to protect it from those winds that come blowing off the ocean. So that's why most people live inside this protected area, because if you live outside of there, it's cold in the wintertime, and it's not even wintertime. It's like summer, and it's like 35 degrees. It's cold.
There's a
What if we
temple and a beach that we may want to look into.
I wonder if
And
we
the,
could find anything on the beach.
and the beach is, just, you know, 200 yards from the longhouse. It's not like it's that far.
Yeah, Scuzzer's gonna wander over to the beach, put my toes in the sand.
It's pristine beach. It's beautiful beach. It's, what you would call picturesque, and there's the ocean waves are blowing in, psh, psh, and you can see some fishing boats that ply the waters not far from the shore, trying to catch a fish or two or whatever. Are you by yourself out there, Caesar?
Unless somebody came with me.
I'll go down with him.
Yeah, I'll
Yeah,
fly
we're pretty much
around
trying
up
to
ahead.
stay together.
I think you would need to stay in this group. Yeah.
How high up are you flying, Krell?
I'll say 60 feet.
60 feet. All right, so while you guys are out checking out the beach, you see a fishing boat. It kind of starts heading towards the beach, and it grounds itself on the sandy shore. And the Rocklanders disembark from the boat, and they dump a pile of empty nets on the ground, all like kind of disappointed looking as they dump the pile of nets on the ground. And then three of the men reach into the boat, and they grab a stiff corpse of a dolphin, like a porpoise, and they flop its body onto the beach, and one of them starts a driftwood fire, while the other two, with terrifying efficiency, gut the dolphin. And as you guys watch, we need
Okay.
you guys to actually, everyone, give me a nature check. Here, I can push that. Hold on. I want to push it. I want to push it.
I don't understand why that would be disturbing, though.
Tasty dolphin.
Yeah,
After having
Scuzzer,
sex with it, while they're
Scuzzer,
eating it.
Squall, and Ember, you guys all know that that's not good meat. It's not good eating. Dolphin
Not if
meat.
it's stiff.
Yeah, this thing.
Crow like dolphin. I don't know what you're talking about.
And they make quick work of butchering the dolphin, and they take the guts, like the viscera and stuff,
No, that's it. I'm done. I walk away. I'm
and
not
they
looking
and
at
they
it anymore.
chuck it into the fire, right? And it's like this sour, acrid smoke comes. You can imagine mammal guts on a fire, what it smells like. And then they pick up the the meat and stuff that they've carved, and they carry it up into the town.
No wonder they're all sick looking.
Nice beach.
Yeah.
I'm heading back to the Longhouse. Heading back to the Longhouse with my blinders on.
Yeah, the the blind. You guys kind of walk up to the longhouse again, and like inside the longhouse, like cleaning up and tending to the dishes and stuff, or two of the Rocklanders, as you guys come in like the back door, through the stable area. They're kind of up in the front, and they just kind of nod and continue cleaning up their mess they made. But you guys kind of hang around for a minute, and they start talking to themselves in that drowned man coughing up seawater kind of speech that they got, And Scuzzer, give me an intelligence check. See how much of this conversation you can understand. Since you do speak deep speech, right? If I remember correctly. Right?
Yeah, I believe so. Let me see. Yeah. Intelligence check.
Yeah, it's pretty hard. Yeah, you catch like 2 words, maybe 3 words of it. One word is elders, and what you think they might be, maybe festival, out of their conversation.
How far
Elders
away
and
did you say the
festival.
temple was?
It's within the compound, so it's just to the west of the compound. It's like 5 buildings away, 6 buildings away.
So I'm just gonna lay on the bed and close his eyes and have Wings just do sort of like a flyby. Can I see any kind of iconography to determine who it's to? Anything like that?
Give
People coming
me
in and
give me a religion check. Yeah, you can see that there's a path that leads up, to the temple area, but this temple looks like it hasn't been used in a long time. And so you look through the owl's eyes, and you recognize the symbol outside as Valkyr. The god Valkyr, which is the Northlander god of courage, strength, and sailing skill. So
Yeah, you would have seen the holy symbol, Squall carrying that symbol.
yeah, you're definitely familiar with the symbol, anyways. And he can
Squall's
see
temple.
like through the roof is dilapidated, and the walls are collapsing in certain areas, and he can see into the temple. There's in the back of the temple, in the dark back of the temple, is so what you think might be a statue or an altar or something, big statue altar, but it's covered up with like a sailcloth that's just draped over it, kind of. And all you get is sight, right, from your owl.
But he has double proficiency with, advantage on sight.
Well,
But
what
he
is an
has
owl's
sense
sense
and
of
everything else.
smell like? Wouldn't think it's that great, right? Give me a perception check. See how well this owl smells. Well, that's pretty damn good. The owl's like, ooh, stinky. Something stinks. He's like, ooh. Kind of gags a little.
Like the dumpster at the out behind the all-you-can-eat crab legs place.
Yeah, something similar to that.
On a hot summer day.
If it was a rat, he would have been like, yes, breakfast.
So I'll come over towards Squall. There's a temple to your deity. That's what the temple we saw, but it's destroyed, and not destroyed, but dilapidated. They've covered up the statue behind the altar, and then there's also a terrible smell coming from it. It looks like it hasn't been used in years.
I think Squall would might be offended.
Let's go check it out. Maybe there's something in there that'll give us a clue.
We'll go with you.
Yeah,
Paul.
I agree. Let's check.
So a short
You
walk.
can consecrate it.
The short walk from the center of Volkstead is like kind of a little grove of tall pines, and kind of rotting antique of a temple that's many tiered, gabled roof supported by like thick wooden pillars, and they've you can tell that at one time the pillars had like the grain of the wood was stained a deep red hue, but it's all been faded, and you can definitely tell the temple doesn't seem to be frequented much. But there is a little trail that leads up here that's pretty clear of vegetation and everything. And as you guys kind of make your way into the temple area, you can smell this charnel stench. You know, it's just overwhelming. You're like, whoa. You know,
I
whatever
just
this
stopped
smell
breathing.
is. Yeah,
I
it
just hold my breath. I'm
yeah,
done.
you can tell. You can still know that smell is there, though. You don't have to breathe to smell if you want to. Like the boards and stuff of the temple are molded and seem to like somewhat ooze like a sap out of them, like a vicious like red colored sap. And when the wind kind of whistles through the structure, it kind of shifts and moans like an injured animal or something like.
So it's not real sturdy.
Yeah, everything in the place seems to be, empty. The rooms that you kind of peek in as you move in, but in the big innermost chamber, it's like a balcony crowned hall. It looks like it was a nice place at one time. In the back there's a towering form, and it's covered with like a fungus peppered sailcloth. You can see that, and that's definitely where the odor is coming from too. As you get closer to it, you can smell the stench. So what do you guys?
Does it? I mean, is it obvious this is a temple to Valkur?
Oh yeah, there's definitely symbols of Velkur around, and with your knowledge of Velkur, you think that may be a statue to him.
Well, that's what I was wondering. If I mean, that to me that would be a statue to him or Tempest, who Valkur serves. So Squall would move forward immediately and grab this, again holding his breath. He doesn't want to smell it, and grab this sailcloth and start yanking it off the statue.
As you pull this sailcloth off, everybody give me a charisma saving throw. Well, the DC is 15. So as this sailcloth comes off, the statue is that of a broad, muscular Northman. However, you would recognize him immediately as Volker, the god. But his arms have been mutated into like what would appear to be, he's made out of wood, but the arms have been changed to look like withering tentacles. Or they got like suction cups on them, and the wood there is on the statue is old and cracked, but the arms seem to be newer than the rest of the statue.
they're defaming Valkyr.
Yeah,
Or defacing Valkyr.
yeah,
So
definitely.
I just take my battle axe to it and
Well,
start
hold
chopping
on. Let me
arms off.
finish describing it. You also see that it's got like pustulated pallid fungus growing all over it, and it's filling all the spaces with like globular sucker-like growths all over it, and he's like 14 feet tall. The whole statue is, so it's huge, and on the plinth, down at its feet, there's a corpse. That's the smell. The odor is this corpse, and it's a festering corpse. And those that failed their save, I need to give you a roll. Who's failed?
Did you say
Last
Scuzzer.
time.
humanoid? The
What's
humanoid
that?
corpse? Is it a
Yeah,
humanoid corpse?
it's humanoid. Yeah. So
The priest.
Scuzzer, you again, you see Scuzzer's eyes roll back into his head, and he becomes paralyzed again. Oops. Throwing dice. You know, I like that about Unity is the dice go back to where they're supposed to be when you roll them, instead of being over there. What the hell? Why would I want my die over there? Stupid original developers. So Scuzzer, you are, for a couple of minutes. So for 2 minutes, you're gonna be in yourself. And who was the other one that failed?
Krell, naturally.
Krell. Yeah, you're like charisma. I don't need charisma. And same thing with Krell. You can see his little bird eyes kind of roll up into his head, and he just kind of lands on the ground and just becomes stiff and paralyzed. Oops. What the hell?
What did you say the statue is made of? What substance?
Wood. For 3 minutes. So yeah, this humanoid, the corpse is unrecognizable. It's humanoid, but you can't tell if it was human or elf or goblin or whatever. It's so rotted, and it's festering. Its flesh seems to be bloated, and it's got like blackened webbed veins all through it, and it lies in a big like puddle of itself, like a turbid puddle of liquid. It's just dripping off of the pedestal it's laying on, and in its hand it's clutching a scroll case, and you can see the scroll case has like jade inlaid on it. It looks like a pretty nice scroll case. It's like clutched in its fist. So Squall is gonna like whip out his axe and just start.
Not yet. Not. You're right.
Everyone kind of like gives you the hold a second.
I'm gonna look around. Is there a board? Is there anything that I could use to push or scoop this corpse up onto the sailcloth? Because I'm dragging this nasty ass thing out the front door. I ain't touching it.
I would think there are still some like remnants of some pews or something in this temple.
Yeah, I'll go over and hack one apart, take a board, start scooping this shit up onto the sailcloth, and then drag that fucker outside.
So as he's doing his little construction or deconstruction stuff, what's everyone else kind of gonna do? I mean, this thing stinks bad. He's not smelling right now. He shut his breathing off, but the rest of you are breathing, right? I mean, and you're like, oh, and you can see that Krell and Scuzzer are just like, oh.
So could we tell by what this corpse was wearing? Anything about the corpse? Maybe
Whatever it
priest
had for
clothes
clothing
or
is just turned to goo.
mush, nasty.
Yeah, this thing's been here a while. Or, I mean, do you like move up to it and start poking at it and examining it?
Nah, Scuzzer's paralyzed.
Yeah. So
I'm just sitting there doing nothing.
Yeah, just staring off. Ugh.
So burning hands, you typically go like this, and fire shoots from your fingers
Well, more like
in an
this.
arc in front of you. Right. Well, I have to. I push to talk. So yeah. So I'm going to do what you just did. I'm going to turn sideways, and so that it's going up
Now,
and down 15
give me
feet
an
instead of
Arcana
wide.
check.
My intent is to take out the statue.
I just thought you were doing like the gangster style burning hands.
Yeah.
Oh, I was scrolled up. Yeah, you're familiar enough with your burning hands that you think that you would burn the entire temple down if this thing caught on fire. I mean, the way
Even
the
with
temple
control
is
flames.
the way the temple overlaps. Yeah, there's a chance you can control it, but there's a chance that you can't. The whole structure is made out of wood, old wood, and it's dilapidated. And this statue is right up in the middle of it. And there's like sailcloth hanging and tabards and stuff down. It would easily be able to catch on fire, especially with something like burning hands.
Maybe that's the best way to restore dignity to Squall's god. I don't know, Squall. You tell us.
Well, the reason I'm pointing it out, not so much of that if it does catch on fire and burn down, you've got two people that are just frozen, paralyzed here. You know, they can't run out if the place catches on fire. So,
Yeah, we're not. No, but I am gonna ask Ember once I get this drug outside to torch and burn this abomination.
yeah, and you can see that, you know,
Talking
Squall
about the body.
is got a plan to get the body out of there.
I'll give him a hand with the body then.
So you're gonna like help him break up one of the pews and kind of scoop the body onto a board and slip it onto the. I mean, it's pretty nasty looking. Give me an intelligence history if you like. You two that are up close and personal with this statue. Ember, you particularly can tell that that the statue has been altered. It's a for sure thing that the statue has been altered from its original form, with the addition of the wooden arms and stuff, the tentacle arms. Is anybody like checking out the body before they move it? I mean, you think it could like kind of come apart?
Yeah, exactly. Well, I'm not in here. I'm just getting it out of the temple. That's my.
That's what I'm saying. But moving it off of the pew and down and putting it on the sailcloth and dragging it out of here, it would eliminate any medical examiner kind of clues, if you want to know what I mean.
Oh well, I'll look at it. That's one of the things I've got my skills tab pulled up here to roll a medicine check on it to see if I can determine what is this.
So yeah, give me a medicine check then. A wisdom medicine, please. Well, the DC was a 12, and you can determine the cause of death to be drowning.
Okay.
And since it was by 5 or more, so you rolled a 21. You can also gather that the creature suffered a significant amount of necrotic damage.
Okay. I'll share
Does it
this
know
with
what
the
it is?
Stagmus as we're. Yeah, what's the race? Is it? Can I tell the? Is it human, elf? One of these
No,
people.
you still can't really tell what, other than it was humanoid. You definitely think like 5 to 6 feet tall humanoid, but it is bad shape. Bad shape. I guess the way you could tell it was drowning is his seawater comes out of its chest cavity, you know. And give me an intelligence investigation check.
Not one of my stronger points.
Yeah, you're like, you're just looking at this thing and you're just getting madder and madder because they did this to the
Well, the
statue,
temple.
your temple. You know, you're like,
Now, you said this corpse had like a scroll or something, right?
yeah, it's clutching a scroll and it's like locked in a grip into its hand. It's goopy, like blob of the end of its arm kind of thing. You know, you're not sure
Well,
if
I'll
it's a
take the
hand
battle
or...
axe, chop the hand off, and kick the hand over to the side.
Ting, cling, ting, ting. You all look at this thing. It looks nice. The scroll tube looks definitely valuable.
Yeah, kind of kick it over towards Nystagmus.
So I'm going to try as touching it as little as possible. Just try to open the scroll tube.
Give me a sleight of hands. Since you're trying to touch it as little as possible. I don't want to get this goop on me. Kaz Warhammer, thanks for the follow. I appreciate it. Hey, what's up, Engorgio? Sorry, I'm kind of in the middle of this. How you doing? Yeah, you gotta buy the Clyde now, unfortunately. You just can't summon him when you come in, you turd slinging monkey. So you guys, yeah, you don't have a problem. You kind of, as you go to twist the scroll tube's like cap off, right? You twist and the whole scroll tube you just pull out. You know, you have it in your hand now, the scroll tube. You shake a little bit of the goop off and you can open it. And inside there is a parchment rolled up inside. The parchment doesn't look too flimsy or old or anything.
We'll check it out.
So you pull,
Nystagmus is right there, right?
Yeah, I'm here too, checking it out.
he's like leaning over your shoulder, this fin all up. Like, it's a little dimly lit in here, so you're having a hard time seeing. Yeah, Clyde a month, super expensive. So you pull out this and unfold this parchment, and there's a picture of it. It appears to be two columns with a gate, like some kind of gate drawn on it. The pillars appear to be like a single creature that have like leathery bat-like wings, and they're kind of crouched, and they have a humanoid face on them.
Out loud, Nystagmus just says, "What the fuck?"
Has Ember seen anything like this before? In
No,
all the places we've traveled and journeyed?
nothing. You know, they're not super detailed, so you know you can tell the 4-year-old that drew this map or picture didn't specify anything.
What are those symbols on that gate?
They do appear to kind of match a little bit.
So I'll hand it to Nystagmus. And I'm going to start using Produce Flame. And I'm going to start pretty much like toward the head. And then I'm going to use my Control Flames cantrip. And just make sure that it's not spreading beyond the statue. And I'm just going to slowly work my way down, burning this whole statue.
Okay, so yeah, you shouldn't have too much problem burning the statue up without burning the whole place down. I mean, you could easily burn
Just
the whole
burn the
place
tentacles
down
off.
if you want, you know. But if you take
Uh,
your time and you
Get
spend
Scuzzer
about
and I out
You
first.
know what?
yeah spend about an hour here, you could easily burn the statue to ash if you want.
This place is gone. It's not worth doing anything. We should just destroy it. It's an abomination. These people have left the graces of Valkyr.
Well,
So
definitely burning the temple down may cause attention. Burning the statue
That's what I was
inside the
thinking.
temple may not so much cause too much attention. So that
Oh,
depends on how much
right now,
attention you
Squall
want.
wouldn't care.
Yeah.
Squall wouldn't care right now. Yeah.
yeah, I'm not as angry as Squall is, but on the other hand, I also don't care. But after about 10 minutes of doing this, are Krell and Scuzzer up yet?
Well, no, you waited till they got up to before you started burning, in case the place went up like a ton of bricks. You waited and
Matchbox.
kind of got them out. Squall and Nastagamus kind of drug this body that's kind of, you can see that the goo of the body is just kind of going with the as you slide it out. It's like it turns into like a big puddle almost as you guys get it
Rotting.
outside.
Rotting pudding.
Yeah,
Soaking through
right.
the sailcloth. And
yeah, it doesn't smear as much. It kind of stays, and the sailcloth's pretty holding it mostly in place. So, but when you get it outside, it looks like you get it out under the pine trees and stuff, and you look down and it's pretty much done with. It's a puddle now. I mean, it's a goopy mess. There's like where its hand was
For
holding
good
a scroll
measure, I'm
tube
gonna
and a
shoot it.
blob, And Grill shoots an arrow into the hand. Thunk!
A couple
It's
of
like-
crossbow bolts right into
yeah.
that puddle of crud.
Plus, the sail cloth covering it has peppered fungus, and that's so last year. So, just burn it.
So, Krell, Nastagamus, and Squall, you guys are outside, and this puddle suddenly leaps up into the air as a crossbow bolt gets stuck into it, and we have initiative.
Oh God,
I have 2 initiatives.
I have it 2 times.
Yeah, I got pushed twice.
Huh. We'll just take the second one.
That's fine.
Cool. Because that's the one
Well, that sucked.
we got stuck with. Let's see. Did I do? They didn't give me a map, but let's see. No, not that one.
If this puddle's alive, maybe that's what drowned the guy.
Mimic.
Water mimic. Baby water elemental. I don't know what's liquid and does necrotic, because the corpse had necrotic damage, right?
Shadow creatures do necrotic or cold.
Yeah, it had like black
All right,
veiny.
so this isn't exactly the map idea, but it's close enough for combat. Let me
Is there a shadow method? Is that such a thing?
give me a second to set this up.
That is such a thing as shadow method. But I'm thinking that whatever it was necrotic damage. It happened underwater, and he drowned as a result. That's why he's got the seawater in his lungs. Who's Vale, Scuzzer? You got Vale's dice.
She plays in my Dungeons of the Mad Mage. She's notorious for fumbling.
All right, so Krell, I'm gonna go ahead and give you your shots on this thing. So,
Sorry, I'm back.
Krell, go ahead and give me your shots on this thing.
Did you push a map?
Oh, I did not. Here, I'll push it to you guys.
I can't target. Oh, yeah, that needs to target the thing.
It's a slithering tracker.
Did you draw those suckers all over that statue's arms?
Yeah. I found a map.
Like the helmet. Nice.
I drew a helmet. I don't know if this thing's gonna make it through Krell. Nope. Krell's like, and it twitched. He's like, oh shit! And he just plasters this thing to the ground. And you guys look down at it. It's a medium ooze that that does necrotic damage.
This whole place has got me creeped out. Twitchy trigger fingers.
So, all right, it leaped up. Is there still a corpse, like a humanoid corpse there then?
Yeah, the puddle itself is kind of what the slithering tracker was, kind of the puddle underneath the body. The body's still there, but it's kind of disintegrated too, because this thing's been sucking the life out of it. But yeah, it's got like life leech. It grapples you and restrains you, and it takes, and you take necrotic damage. So slithering tracker didn't survive the onslaught. It only had 32 hit points, so it dies. That was the initiative. So
Give it to him, Krell. Give it to him, Krell.
Sorry.
No, Gorgio says give it a good caw. Caw.
Caw.
he says, and shoots this thing. All right, so yeah, that
He
was
killed
the,
it quicker than it took you to draw the suckers on the statue.
It did. It did. I was gonna pull this map up and show it to you, but I think it would have kind of confused you a little more. And plus, if Krell didn't go in or whatever, you know, I could have. It was gonna follow you guys back to the and try to eat somebody at night.
Do we know what this thing is? Do they know what any of them know what it is? I mean, is it an abyssal
Like,
creature? Is it
Do you
from the
guys
shadow
like?
plane? Or
Do you like pull out your little book of creatures and flip through it and go, yeah, here it is. Here's a picture of it. No, but
Copy of Volo's guide.
you guys kind of deduce that that it is definitely some kind of slithering, kind of stealthy little puddle of goo that did necrotic damage and can suck the life out of something.
were they mentioned in my illithid studies?
No,
As used by them?
you don't think they have. It's not a delicacy or anything.
Just another creepy thing in a creepy city for me.
Is there an image of it?
I'm sure there's an image in the DMG. Let's see. Slithering. Oh, Volos. It's in Volos.
Just one
why
I'm not
it's-
super familiar with.
That's why. Ooh, it's even creepier.
Ugh.
Wow. I didn't
No
imagine
wonder
it. I
I
didn't
was
imagine it
paralyzed.
that creepy.
Oh, that's awesome.
The quest for revenge sometimes leads one to undergo a ritual whereby they transform into a body of a semi-liquid sentient known as a slithering tracker. Ugh. They are stealthy assassins. It tastes the ground it courses over, seeking any trace of its prey. Nice.
That dude has those black lines on his face, like you described this corpse thing.
Yeah. Yeah, you definitely think that's what killed it. Killed it. That's not the guy, though. Or it could have been. You don't know.
Our guy's a little
I
more
pictured
fluid.
him.
Yeah,
I
your
pictured
guy's-
him a little softer than that.
Your guy looks a little more
Mushier.
a little more
Thinner.
gooey. Yeah.
Over easy.
Runny.
Oh, if it's got somebody grappled, it only takes half damage, and the other creature takes the other half. Ooh. That wouldn't be good if Krell was shooting somebody. See, that's why I kind
No.
of did the map. And if it remains motionless, it's indistinguishable from a puddle. Unless somebody makes a DC 18 intelligence investigation check, which I think the only one rolled an investigation check was Squall, and I think he rolled like a 2 or something.
Yeah, it wouldn't have been good
It was,
anyway.
yeah, there's your roll right there.
I
It
shot
was
it
a
because I didn't
2.
want that thing coming back as an undead.
So
Spider
looking at
climb.
this temple, is there
There's like
enough that
smoke
Squall
coming
would?
out of it now.
That's fine. I mean, does it looks like it's not worth saving? I mean, the thing looks like it's just about
Well,
had
no,
it,
I
right?
mean, it could be rebuilt. I mean, with some effort and some timbers and some lumber and stuff. There is some stone structure to it still that it could be rebuilt with some effort. And you don't think it is, is unhollowed or anything like that. The the statue's been desecrated, obviously, and now it's being burned to the ground. But you know, the temple itself, with some effort, could be rebuilt. It's not a total loss, anyways. Not yet, anyways. Maybe another couple of years, it would fall over.
You could spend a week and do a ritual to consecrate the ground. If you want to hang out in this town for a week.
I don't want to hang out in this town tonight.
Right.
Well, we're going to discuss that here in a second as you guys make your way back over to the main part of town. I mean, I'm assuming you just burn the statue and you kind of leave, right? You know,
Right. Make sure
set
it's all
this.
out.
I mean, if
so
this
it's not
temple
gonna
catches on
spread
fire,
like-
there is a good chance it could spread across the whole town. I mean, it's in.
We can create some water and put it out, like, and then make mud out of it, like Smokey the Bear tells you to.
Maybe. It's in a pine forest grove, and then there's buildings all around, so. And it's very windy here, so controlling a huge building bonfire in a town is pretty hard.
It's cool, guys. I can control the direction of the wind, so I can send the fire whichever direction we want.
There you go.
Would it really be a big
Center of
loss?
Just burn the whole place down,
Just
man.
burn the whole
the
village
whole
down.
island.
City.
I don't think anybody would miss it.
No. You guys do see the Berserker guards kind of around. They're not like following you around or stuff, but as you guys move through the town, they kind of glance at you, But they're not like eyeballing you or following you around or anything. You guys make your way back over to the longhouse. It's getting dusk, it's the sun's starting to go down.
Yeah.
The temperature's dropping. You guys aren't really have a lot of winter clothes on, you guys have been in a sailing ship, so I mean, I'm sure you're getting chilled a little.
I have
So we
cold
got a
weather
big fire waiting.
in my inventory.
Yeah, I mean, you're gonna have to break that out and get it on. It's starting. The temperature's starting to drop. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
And,
we got cold weather
and,
clothes.
And you can see that there's a nice plume of steady smoke coming out of the longhouse as you get closer to it, where a fire has been lit and is burning steadily inside as you guys open the door, and the warm air creeps over you, and you're like, yeah, this is not too horrible, I guess. It's not.
Are those two guys still there?
No, they're gone. They're gone. They've left the place to
two
you.
creepers.
Yeah, they cleaned up the whatever they had cooked for breakfast, and they're gone. They may come back. You don't know. Or it looks like they occasionally use the kitchen. Like it's a clubhouse or something. So you guys gonna spend the night here, or are you guys gonna take the night row out of this rocky, windy, heavy waved bay back out to Voyage?
I say if we spend the night, we set up watch.
Let's spend the night not to give offense, because I'm not sure that we don't need these folks yet for something. But we're definitely keeping watches.
All right, you guys go ahead and set that up, and we can do party sheet watch if you want. Let's see what our party sheet looks like for a watch. I don't think you guys have ever set up a. Well, there is a watch order. The voyage goes first.
Well, I've also got that crossbow hand of warning too, so that helps.
That does help. 30 feet.
Oh, we put you near the door.
Yeah, I'll
Is,
sleep
is
in
the
sleep on the floor near the door.
is the watch order in the party sheet accurate?
Yeah, because Squall, in the wee hours of the morning, it always gets up and prepares his spells.
Pretty good. All right. And with that, let's take a little break before we go any further. It's about 9:30. So hey, chat, we need to do the bio break and refresh our drinks and stuff. But we're gonna go away for about 10 minutes. And you guys can too. But you got to come back because this is gonna get fun after this. Oh, I didn't mean for the map to be locked. Let me move your. Hold on. Let me unlock the tokens. Are they unlocked now? Yeah, so you guys can move around. And I'm going to start the timer, and we're going to do a little 10-minute break, and we're going to be back. So all you guys come back in about 9 minutes, or 9.5 minutes, because we'll be here. All right, we're back. Well, most of us are, anyways. Liam McGregor. Do we have sounds? Everything looks good? Yeah. Yep. All right, so
Found something in my inventory I want to activate. This is, I think, a Vex loot that we found way
yeah,
back when.
that's pretty cool, actually. So you guys, uh, the night starts to go by, and uh, are you guys sleeping? I see people up. So just put your tokens where you're gonna sleep, and then we'll figure out who's on watch and where you're at.
Lost the map.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
closed
Oh,
the
something
yeah.
map
happened to
on us.
Matt.
Sorry.
Well, since my crossbow is only 30 feet, this guy's are asleep over by the door on the floor.
Let me. Since it's a new day, it's gonna be after midnight. And that's where you're sleeping, Scuzzer?
Yeah, because that hand crossbow of warning only goes out to 30 feet.
So you just lay down on the hard ass wood floor there by the leaky ass front door?
Nah,
You can
I'll take
drag a
one of the
bed over
pillows
there.
and a blanket.
You can drag a bed. It's like a
He's a pirate. He can sleep anywhere.
Men in
Pirate
Black.
Ranger.
House have an open ceiling design with rafters.
I would think so that there's rafters and stuff up in here.
I'm going to be up in the rafters.
They're all perched.
Yeah.
If you fall asleep, can I roll to see if you like fall out of the rafters? Or I mean,
Birds
I
don't
never
fall out of trees.
I never heard of a chicken falling out of a roost and like thud like right in the middle of the night.
The one I've ever seen do that was the one I shot. So
Right?
Is there a
So-
tub I can sleep in? Like fill it
You
up with
shot a
water and sleep in?
chicken.
yes, because my wife was 8 months pregnant, and the dumb rooster decided it was going to crow at 2:30 in the morning every single night. And my wife begged me to get rid of it, so I went out and shot the damn thing.
That'd do it.
It was wild. I mean, it didn't belong to anybody.
I never heard of wild chickens.
You got to be in Hawaii. They're everywhere. Somehow they got released, and they are a nuisance
Like
everywhere you go.
hogs.
Wild chickens.
Hogs are down here. They're everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so let's see whose watch it is. Oops. So it is last watch. So who's on last watch? Party sheet. Where'd it go? Ember. So, it's like 3, 4 in the morning, right? And you're putting a couple of little logs on the fire again, and you hear tap 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 at the front door. Scuzzer, give me a perception check, please, because your warning does not go off. Yeah, you hear it too. You hear tap 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 at the front door. A quiet knock on the front door, and the door jiggles a little.
I'm going to send the wings over to wake up Nystagmus, and I'm going to use my message as I'm walking over to Squall, wake him up
So,
as I approach.
Scuzzer, as you like open your eyes and you look up at the door, you see the door handle twist, and you see the door starting to open, and the cold air blows in, and you feel the shiver run up under your blanket, and you see a individual coming out from the darkness. And the first thing you see is his boots. So you don't think it's a mind flayer. as you see his boots, but he is wearing a heavy cloak, and he's got the hood pulled up over himself. And he opens the door, and it like bumps into you because you're sitting right there in front of it. And he doesn't he's looking back more so than he is looking forward. And when the door hits something, you can see that he shifts back like he's gonna give this door a big shove. And you're laying right there. Do you say anything, or?
I was say, who goes there? Who are you?
He looks a little startled at first, and he looks down at you, and he says, "It's Sea King Frenis. Let me in, quickly, let me in."
Scuzzer's
He's
going
he's
to get
trying
to
to
his feet.
he's trying to push the door open.
I get to my feet and kind of like open the door
All right,
a
so
little more.
he he slips in if you let him.
Yeah, and I'll close the door right
And then
behind him.
yeah, he helps you push the door back, and he looks around. He says, "Quickly, they're after me. You have to help me. Please help me." And he looks paranoid and desperate. He's like, they're coming, they're coming." And suddenly,
Insight.
yeah, well, you're sleeping, so there's no insight when you're sleeping.
No, Ember woke me up.
Yeah, he is currently waking you up, as we need to roll initiative. Here,
Oh.
let me push it. Let me
Within
push it.
150 feet, that was dangerous because that
Yeah,
would woke you up.
that's what wakes you guys up, is a whatever the owl does. And
Whatever that owl does.
yeah, whatever that owl does. Was
So
that
Scuzzer's
initiative?
asking him who's after him. What's going on?
He's like, "Oh, there's no time. You have to get prepared. They're coming. They're coming." He says the mind flayer, and it's got thralls. He says. As all right, so Ember, uh you used the owl, and then you moved over. Where did you move over to and wake somebody up?
So I'm moving up and around by this table to head toward past Krell as I go toward the sound.
No, who did you wake up?
I woke up Squall using my message spell.
Oh, okay, so you didn't actually move. Okay, so go ahead and take your initiative. It's your turn.
All right, so I still don't know what's going on, so I'm going to move up.
Yeah, you can
Moving up
hear
here.
you can hear him. You can hear Sea King Franeris. You heard his conversation. Let me put his token on the map there. Oops, it's not him.
Is that a wall right there?
I didn't imagine that as a wall. I just kind of imagined it as a rafter or something up high. So no, it's not. It's open.
Okay.
This is
And then
obviously
I'm
a
going
wall
to
back here. in the
use
back.
my action to cast Mage Armor, and Wings is going to use his reaction to touch Sagmus. And he's already got it on, so you're good.
Scuzzer. Yeah, you just
So-
stood up. This guy slips in, and you can hear the. I don't know if Krell told anybody that there's an owl, but it just wakes up the owner anyway, so only Krell would hear it.
But I'm going to move. Ember moves.
Scuzzer, what are you gonna do?
I'm going to. Is there any kind of lock on the door, like a bar or something to? Because it looks like double doors. So something you put on the doors is like a lock or something.
There is just a latch that you can latch the door closed.
Well, that's what he'll do. Try to get more information from the king.
It doesn't look like super secure, like kind of like like the screen door little hook thing. It's a little bigger than that, but
Maybe I can drag this table over here. That's in the corner there. Try to bar the door, prop it up against the door somehow.
yeah, dragging a table is gonna hamper your movement by half. I mean, you can do all that. Which table are you wanting to drag? The little round table there?
Yeah, that one right there.
So
Yeah,
5, 10,
or something.
15, 20, 25, 30, you're dragging the table. So you're going to take your action to prop a table up against the front door and your
Yeah,
movement. Okay.
right.
All right. Squall, you obviously are awakened now, but you're still kind of in the bed. And you hear what sounds like a door open coming from the back of the building. Like a.
And if you could approve Ember's move when you get a chance, please.
I don't actually see the move, so if you could remove yourself, I'd appreciate it.
How about now?
Yeah. Nystagmus.
All right. He doesn't know what's going on yet, so he's just gonna move towards towards where he hears all of this commotion, and then take the dodge action.
Yeah, Scuzzer's dragging a table over. Looks like he's trying to prop it up against the door, and shit on the table just falls onto the ground. So everyone's alerted and awake. There's no question there. So you're like, ha, and you kind of squanch down and
Yeah, listening for what's going on
yeah.
and trying to figure out.
So Sea King Frannis, he wants to get away from the door, so he kind of moves over here and kind of gets behind some of this furniture over here, and he's got his
Hiding under a bed.
no, he kind of squats down a little, and he gets his spear out, and you see he's got his shield strapped to his arm. Krell, you're up in the rafters, and your owl alerted you.
Yeah. I'm gonna kind of move to there, and then I'm gonna ready an action that if anybody comes through those doors that looks even the slightest bit dangerous or aggressive, I'm going to shoot them.
Okay, and are you on the ground or still up in the rafters?
Still in the rafters.
All right, so you're 20 feet up. Okay. Squall.
Oh, guess I got to push the talk button, don't I?
If you want anyone to hear you, yeah.
I'm going to stand up, move over here, putting my shield on while I'm doing it. So I'm going to use my action to put my shield on. And I'm going to say we got company coming in the back.
So
Did
Wings
you
would
say in the back?
The stables.
Wings would find that way and wait till land on the stables there. Just keep watch.
All right, hold on. Well, he can't get into the stables. There's a wall here.
Is that a solid wall?
Yep.
Or is it open? Okay.
No, it's solid. Remember, this is,
There,
Now there is a door over here.
I was gonna say, is there a door on the south end there?
Yeah. I mean, there's a bunch of crap and boxes and stuff piled up around it, but there is a door there. And I don't think Wings can open the door. So the closest he could get would be there.
So these stall walls go all the way up to the ceiling.
Yeah, that the stables is sealed off from the longhouse. I mean, it's not a super secure wall, but it's enough to keep the draft and the cold out. But it's enough that keeps the stables a little warm too, So it's not a big brick wall, it's just a wooden wall.
Okay, so knowing that, I presume there's a chimney that the smoke comes out of.
It's yeah, it's more like the ceiling is fluted and then there's a chimney up there. So the smoke rises up into the rafters kinda and then goes out the chimney or the flue in the roof. It gets kind of smoky up in the rafters, so Krell's a little he smells like a campfire now.
Keeps the lice down.
Yeah.
Is it possible for Wings to fly out?
It
Up
is
and out.
very smoky and very it could be kind of hot. There's like embers. You just had thrown some fire onto or wood onto the fire too, so there's still some embers going up. He could maybe make it out without catching his little furry fluffy feathers on fire, but
Right. So he's just gonna light here and wait.
I just realized there's no windows in this place either.
no. All right, so Krell.
I still don't see anybody.
Yeah,
so
but you do hear some commotion coming from the back, and with your high perception, you can hear movement towards the front outside, like footsteps and muted voices. You know.
All right. Well, I'm gonna ready in action again. See if anybody comes on in.
All right. Oops, Scuzzer.
Well, how heavy is that table? Did Scuzzer pull that one?
DC 15 to drag it at quarter speed. With somebody's help, you could move it at half speed without rolling a strength check. It's a pretty heavy wooden looking table.
All right. Then he'll move there and yell for Ember or Nystagmus to help me push this table against the door.
And then you'll ready?
Yep.
Okay.
It looks a little sturdier than the little round table.
So the Squaw, you hear the back door kind of get jiggled open a little? And as the door creeps open, you can see a crossbow gets shoved into the doorway there. Krell, you were kind of readied, and I think you can see this guy. He like creeps open the door and he shoves his crossbow and he's taking aim at Squall, who's like kind of standing there. You're up in the rafters and you can see down a little, and you see this door open. You hear it squeak a little, and you turn
Looks
around. I
like I'm
mean,
I'm behind 2 poles.
yeah, you definitely have some cover, uh, but this guy has cover as well. He has a -5 if you're going to attack him, Squall. However, Krell has sharpshooter and he don't care, and he's
Yeah.
readied. So yeah, it hits him, thunk, attacks this guy in the shoulder. He like spins around. You see him dip his crossbow down. Blood squirts out of him. Do you have a extra attack?
You don't get extra attack on a reaction on a readied. It's extra attack only applies on your turn.
Oh really? I was giving that
It-
away.
It says that specifically in the ability
Huh.
when you attack action on your turn.
Which is one of the things I do not like about 5e, which is ridiculous.
All right, so you thunk an arrow into him, and he's gonna take a shot at Squall with his crossbow. Twang with a disadvantage and a -5 as you like hop behind. You do the old true lies thing as you hop behind the pole and it like thunks into the pole. Thunk.
I'm surprised I'm awake enough to have dodged that.
And the front door, you can hear it get banged on. You know, like first it gets like jiggled, and obviously it's locked, and there's a table in front of it, and then this guy's gonna try to burst it open, so you can hear, and it does. It bursts right open, and you see standing in the busted open doorway.
In transparent pajamas.
Yeah, he's wearing transparent pajamas, and he opens his mouth and he goes, and his mouth opens up like freaking predator. Like, you know, he looked like a regular human, but you can see he's all morphed out. He's got like tentacles coming out of his head, and inside of his mouth they're like hundreds of razor sharp, pointy, like barracuda teeth. And he goes,
Wow.
and finishes his move into the room. Let's see, 5, 10, 15, 20. Oh, he doesn't have to move around that. What's his movement? 30. And moves right up to Scuzzer, who's like got his hands on the end of this table. Come on, help me move this table. And he turns around and this guy comes running in, but can't do any attacks. And behind him, you can see it looks like a Rocklander comes through the door. But this guy's got that bug-eyed, bulging-eyed look on his face as he comes running in with his great axe out. And let's see, Sea King Finneris. He's only got 2 spears. Yeah, he's just gonna He's just gonna dodge. So let me give him the dodge. The dooged. The dooged. And this guy is also going to come in with his great axe out. Nystagmus.
All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and yeah, we're gonna twin haste onto Scuzzer and Crow. And that's it.
Iron just crashed on me.
Yeah, me too. I'm restarting it.
Mine did okay.
Yeah, I'm good.
Mine survived.
Actually, mine's kind of hung up. I'm going to restart mine too. So give it a second. All right, it's a little loud. I want to turn that down for you guys a little bit. All right, Squall.
All right, I'm going to move forward, put my back up against that pole right there. And at all 5 of us, I'm going to cast Bless at 3rd level. And let's see if we can crash Sirenscape.
Yep.
Yep.
I went down quick.
Bless to do it
Still
every
good.
time, especially 5. Yeah, give it a second. It'll crash.
Oh, it made it.
Wow.
Yeah, shocking.
Anything else, Squall?
I am just No, I'm not gonna do that. Okay. I'm done.
Wings.
Wayne's gonna do a little janky movement and be finished.
All right, so this guy comes. No, I didn't have him turned on, but he comes in and he gets behind the table back there. He's got his crossbow propped up on top of the table, right? He's taking some cover back there. He doesn't know that Krell can shoot him in the face. But Ember.
All right, so seeing this movement coming from the back door is open.
Just this door right here is 50% open.
Did they both come from that door?
Yes.
All right, so I'm going to turn around and cast Hypnotic Pattern over yonder.
Yeah, that's a cool token. Spell token.
All right, 1 second before you do that. Okay. Yeah, you can target those two guys you can see there.
All right. So this huge pattern of colors and appears for a moment and then blinks out.
And there was a guy peeking in the doorway
Nice.
that you couldn't see, but he can see your hypnotic pattern.
All right. So even though the pattern itself is instantaneous and goes away, it is still considered a concentration spell. That, if you have any questions. And Ember is going to move. We're pretty much grouped up here. I don't like that. So he's going to move back.
Nice. It's not a save every round.
Oh no.
No. Hypnotic pattern's a pretty baller spell. 3rd level spell. So Ember, you hear, "Hey, what are you doing? What's going on? Wake up!" And this guy is no longer under the effect. That's all he can do. Scuzzer.
Scuzzer is going to look at this deep scion and say, "Damn, you're an ugly mug."
He's
Just
like,
start
"Rah!"
shooting his ass.
Shooting at point blank. Nice. I'm assuming you have crossbow expert or something.
Yeah, the hand crossbow thing.
Crossbow expert crossbowman or whatever it's
Yeah,
called. Yeah.
yeah,
To allow you to shoot without disadvantage at point blank.
right. Uh, and he will use a bonus action to put a hunter's mark on him. Got the -5 there. I got that.
So you
So
hit,
that's a hit.
you shoot him right in the freaking chest with the first crossbow. You lean back, pow, thunk, sticks him in the chest. He looks down at it. He's like, He bites the air crossbow bolt, rips it out of his chest,
And then-
spits it on the ground.
He'll take the second shot at him.
He looks down at you with kind of big eyes as you reload right in front of him. Twang! You shoot him right in the face. The next one, thug! It sticks in his jaw. He's like, "Rawr!" He's flapping around with his weird arms trying to get it out.
Nice.
He kind of
Nice
stumbles
roll.
back a little bit. He's like, "Rawr!" His part of his jaw's hanging
then-
open.
He'll take the shot for the haste. He gets one of those, right?
Actually, you get
Yeah.
you get a
whole
full action,
action?
don't you? Yeah.
All right.
So you hit him again in the other shoulder. You got him spun around backwards now. He's like stumbling around.
Haste is one weapon attack only.
Right.
Yeah, that's what I
That's-
thought.
Yeah, so,
So it's just the one. And I used my bonus action to cast Hunter's Mark, so I didn't get the third shot on the
Yeah,
first one.
but that's enough to finish him off as he slumps and falls to the ground.
Oh,
Clunk.
nice. That's an ugly motherfucker, too.
Transparent
gonna pass his turn.
pajamas. Let me see.
Pew pew pew.
Let me double check this guy real quick. Where'd he go? Oh, there he is. Let me just see if he has any regeneration or. Nope. So I'm going to delete him. And
Those are the good ones.
Addicting.
oh, this guy. So this guy, he looks down at his, and you can see his eyes are all bulging, and he turns and looks at you, and he's like, and he picks up his great axe and he takes a swipe at you. What's that? I didn't roll anything. That's weird.
Well, it was in the tower. We couldn't see it.
Right, and I didn't even roll anything. I just picked up the die to roll it, and it rolled. It's weird.
Roll
Wow.
some shadow die.
But
Nothing came out in chat either.
it did hit with his great axe, doing 6 points of damage, and you succeed on your concentration. So he like slices you with his great axe a little. It bounces off most of your armor, kind of opens up a little wound in your side, and he shifts around and kicks a couple of these bar stools over, and gets behind you, trying to get away from that deadly crossbow of yours. And from the doorway, another one of these things steps in and moves up to you with its jaw all open. And
Walks in all smutty.
yeah, you can see he's strapped on his back as a battle axe, but and this guy's kind of all in his in his morph form. He's got like claws out, and he comes in and he tries to bite you. I don't understand why when I grab the die it's rolling. Which is weird.
Scuzz is going to tell him he better think twice. Look at his buddy on the ground.
Right? He does too. He looks down at him as you say that, and then he bites you in the shoulder with those nasty razor sharp teeth. And they sink into your flesh a little as you take 6 points of damage, or 11, or 6 points of damage. Then he like spins around with his claw and takes a swipe at you, and you like dodge out of the side, and his other claw comes up and he reaches around and he tries to get you with his other claw, and you dodged right into it as he slashes you with his claws for 11 or 5 points of damage, and you still succeeded on your concentration. Nystagmus.
All right. Nystagmus is going to move up to here and then say, Scuzzer, let's get out of here. And he's going to cast Thunderstep and teleport himself and Scuzzer away from those three guys.
Thunder, thunder, thunder step. Ho!
So, as
Hell yeah!
part of his Storm Sorcerer abilities, first, those three guys are going to take some lightning damage.
Oh yeah, that little bit of
Just a little
'cause
bit, but it's free damage.
the air's all staticky and lightning, like little sparks come out. And then you could see like a mushroom cloud starting to form as you two start to vanish.
Yeah,
Okay.
and let's teleport over to this side,
10
in
feet.
between these poles over here.
Oh, you can teleport anywhere, huh? That you can see?
It's pretty far.
You teleport yourself to an occupancy you can see within range. Nice. So
The range is 90 feet, so it's really only up to 90 feet.
and then you can give them their thunder damage as two of them
Nice.
fail. And take
Damn.
some boom. Yeah. So a thunderous clap erupts that easily can be heard 300 feet away. So the building kind of like poof, the dust falls down, the embers kind of from the fire build up, and these guys like get jolted back a little. They're kind of wandering around, ears ringing. As Krell turns around and what does he
Starts
do?
the Gatling gun.
He's like, shh, shh.
He's aiming at Deep Scion first.
That's a
One,
hit.
two. Bonus action for 3.
Yeah, that's probably gonna. Yeah, so the deep scion's like, "Rawr, thunk, thunk, thunk," falls to the ground, twitching still.
And then I'm going to shift targets to Stiff, Tough, Scruff. And use my haste attacks. 1. Or attack. Yeah, and then that'll be good.
Wings.
All right. Well, he's just going to shoot back here. A light on the stone back there.
So this guy moves in. You see him come into the door. He turns around and he grabs a hold of the guy that's standing there all like, ha, and he kind of slaps him in the face. Hey, wake up! Psh, 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 psh. And breaks this guy out of his facial hair. Where the hell's he at? There he is. And let's see, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. That's all he can do. As oh, this guy got shot by Krell, and you're up in the
20 feet up.
so he like drops his great axe on the table, clunk, and he swings out his crossbow out from under. And he dips over here trying to get some cover and taking a shot with his crossbow. Twang! at Krell up in the rafters. Yeah, and trips. Let's see. Yeah, so he trips over a bar stool and whaps his head into the pillar as he's trying to get behind it, and he's like, and uh, and you have advantage until the end of your next turn on him. And
All right.
he's like up against the pole though, but he so Sea King is going to he's going to try to stick this guy with his one spear. He's just going to chuck it at him. Sees that he's a little a little dazed a little, and so he chucks his backup spear at him, and actually hits him. A little bit of cover he had. Spear rain. Damn. Oops. Missed him with the drop. So the spear sticks him in the thigh. He's like, ah! He turns around. Squall. And you see the Sea King kind of duck back behind that bed a little. He fluffs the pillow up a little. Get a little extra cover. He props it up in front of him.
I give him props. I thought he was a complete chicken shit trying to lead all these people. How can you're not a king? I didn't hear.
He's a Sea King. It's a little
He's
lower.
see, a little lower on the food chain. I think Squall is going to look at this guy across from him, and
Let me give
he's
him
going to
a.
point his finger. Cast guiding bolt.
At
That
the
hit.
buff berserker. He's like all
Yeah,
flexing.
buff.
He's
Little
like,
Buffy over there.
He's like, I am flexing as he gets hit in the face with a guiding bolt.
And
Yeah, damn.
so I give him that. And
You see his part of his face,
also,
like his melts
that,
off like Indiana Jones, like from radiant
yeah,
damage.
so he's glowing with this
Yeah.
white silvery light all around him, giving Grant an advantage attack. So
He's trying to hold his face
there we
back on. So so floating in, you guys see the not so cloaked figure of a tentacled faced mind flyer, or as some of you like to call it, an ithlid. He kind of floats up onto the, above the table there, and you see his little milky eyes kind of glance around the room, and he looks up at Krell, and you could see his little tentacles go as
Yeah.
as he damn, Krell's like, not again. Holy shit.
20.
A 30 on your will save. As he tried to dominate you. You can feel his intrusion in your brain, and you're like, caca. You fluff up your, and that is his action. Ember.
All right, so Ember is rather happy the way things worked out. He'll sort of look back at Nystagmus and wink because he got friggin' Scuzzer out of the AoE that we both can do. And then, so he starts glowing, and unlike, this is the first time you guys have seen this, you've noticed it when he casts his spells that he tends to glow a little bit. But this, he's summoning more power than he ever has before as he casts a 5th level spell. And this wave of psychic psionic energy just comes pulsing from behind the 3 enemies.
Synaptic static. He pulls some shit out your ass sometimes, don't you? The green shit, this shit. Hey,
They still gotta
Engorgio,
make the saving throw, though.
this theme is just the night theme, the you know the
Out of the
night.
box mood setting,
Yeah,
whatever.
the one that they're doing away with in Unity because no one uses them. The night color is all it is, and the default theme.
PRSST, let's persist. Okay, now I don't need it to persist. I'm not used to these new tokens. So anyway, so
8d6
target?
psychic damage. What level spell is that? Oh, a level 5 spell. Okay, makes sense. Psychic damage to the mind flare, though. I don't know how well that's gonna work.
Yeah, succeeded.
He has advantage on it.
So now,
Stiff,
for the
tough.
next minute, one of them's dead, but the other one didn't die. For the next minute, every time he has a check or a save or an attack, he has to roll 1d6 and subtract that from his attack. It's basically Bane, but 1d6 instead of 1d4. And it is not concentration, so I do not lose the hypnotic pattern.
Oh, so it rolls a d6 and subtracts that number rolled from its attack rolls, ability checks, as well as its Constitution saving throws to maintain. Well, he's not going to be concentrated. The target can make an intelligence saving throw at the end of each of its turns, ending the effect on itself on a success. Okay. So you will have to drop that con on itself, so have that handy when it's end of their turns.
But we are all bunched together, so I am going to do a little janky.
Get out of the AoE of a mind flayer, probably not a bad idea. So conventional lazy guffaw. He's like
Nystagmus as I pass by. Okay, you're it.
He's like, I'm in the spirit world, man, because he's still got hypnotic pattern on him. And blinking his eyes and coming out of the hypnotic pattern, coming through the back door, and moving completely up to Ember is another deep scion. And he's like, "Arr!" But that's all he can do is move because he had to dash to get to you. And rank facial hair. The original guy that came through the door that's got a crossbow bolt sticking out of him that Krell hit him with, kind of does the jukey juke and gets behind this column. And he's going to take a shot at, it looks like Scuzzer is the target with his light crossbow. Twang! As he hits Scuzzer in the side of the leg. Does 5 points of damage, and Scuzzer, totally caught off guard by the shot, loses concentration on his hunter's mark.
I was going to drop it anyway.
Well, I don't know why you would ever drop it. Is it a
I'm
bonus
about to
action
use something
move
different.
It? Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I was
there
about
you
to use something different.
So, Vigilant Lisp, he's been hanging outside. He's going to mad dash into the room with his great axe. Like, rawr! Comes running all the way into the back here. And top of round 4 is Nystagmus.
Oh, all right. In
I
that
want to play a card before
Uh-oh.
Nystagmus goes.
all right.
I want to
Inspiration
play a
card.
card. Yeah. It's Think Fast. Use this card when you're re-rolling for initiative. You automatically move to the top of the initiative order.
Nice. So Krell goes caw.
And now we get rolling. Okay, so
And
let's
you hear him lock and load. I don't know. Does you keep your bolts in your mouth or something? Is that how you load them real fast? You're like,
yeah, I've got the quiver right there.
he pulls them out, sticks them in.
So first,
Bounces off the Mind Flayer's arm as he kind of bats it away like. And he does it again like.
this guy's got good armor.
And this one gets through and like sticks him in the shoulder. He like looks down. You see his tentacles twitch a little. As he takes 21 points of damage. Yeah, some
Okay, that was
purple
3
ichor shoots out of him.
Now I'm going to do my action surge and do another 2.
And this one catches him in the freaking rib cage, hardcore. You see blood come out of his mouth, or purple ichor. Has 20 more points of damage. Another one hits him in the freaking groin area through this cloak. This one gets his tentacles really twitching. He's like,
That shot for my haste.
and you crit him. A standard critical hit as you shoot him right in the forehead. Thunk!
Lowest possible crit damage.
And holy shit. So it like splits a couple of his tentacles in half as it buzzes across the top of his head as he squinched down a little, and you almost killed him. But he's still alive. Nystagmus.
Oh man, how am I gonna follow that?
Right.
Is he standing on the, is he
Was
standing
something
on the
that
table?
hits hard.
What's that?
Is he standing on the table?
He is above the table. He is levitating.
So I move over to here.
But yeah, for the most part, he's using the table for support. So you come running, get behind this pole. You like peek around the pole. You can see
And
this
then
guy.
Yeah, go ahead.
Purple blood coming all out of his orifices.
And I look at Ember and I say, I too have 5th level spells as I cast Cone of Cold.
From behind the pillar, you're like, as oh, that's a cool one too.
I like that one.
Yeah, that's nice.
Oh, I can't move it without. You have
Let's
to.
see.
Oh, tokens are
Well,
locked.
yeah, that's exactly what I want to do.
So Cone of Cold, does it target properly? Did it target? It didn't target.
You got to click the target button, don't you?
So I clicked the target check box.
Yeah, but since you had it and you didn't target, I don't know how it works. But go ahead and just target those guys. Just grab them, control click them. Let's get rid of that token so it doesn't. It's pretty cool, but.
Sounds good.
So you got the Mind Flyer, Stiff, Tough, Scruff, and Buff.
I thought he was dead.
Well, he's getting blasted.
Well, I thought Stiff Tough Scruff was already dead.
Well, he's getting blasted again if he is.
That's why he
dead.
failed.
The Mind Flayer succeeded, but
Yeah, he is dead. So his body gets all rigor mortis doesn't even set in because he turns into a popsicle.
Nice, holy shit.
As you They didn't kill the mind flyer? Holy shit!
No, but I'm gonna use my empowered spell ability and re-roll the 1 and the 3 2s.
All right, so yeah, so roll 4 dice. Oh,
Yeah, that's better.
so
So
what do
that's
we got?
another 5 damage to the mind flayer after it's halved.
Is that enough to kill him? Nope. He's still up. He's got like icicles hanging from him. His tentacles are all like got popsicle look. He's like he's no longer levitating. He's like leaning on the table, kneeling down on the table. He's all swooning and stuff. And the deep scion on Ember. Ooh. He lets out a screech. A psychic screech. A terrible scream audible within 300 feet. Creatures within 30 feet of him. So that is, oh, that's gonna be everybody, huh? I mean, bad guys too. It says creatures. It's not just creatures he chooses.
For his friends.
Right? So is this guy too? Yeah. I have Ember targeted. Yep. And those that failed are stunned, which is just his guys and wings. Dumbass.
Nice.
He's like, and all of his guys are like, oh.
The mind flayer sitting there, you dumb fuck.
His mind flyer doesn't know what's going on. He's about dead. Lazy Guffaw. Oh, this is the guy that's like stunned still. He's like, I'm in the spirit world. Ember. This guy just screeched right in your
Okay.
face. You can feel his breath and stuff on your face as he's like, and you just shrug it off. You're like, I got earplugs in. I was sleeping.
My ears are still ringing from that thunderclap from
Thunder, yeah.
before.
Some green ichor. Do you have to see your location? I don't think you even have to see your location for that, do you?
It goes around corners and
Yeah, it's centered on a point you choose within range, so you don't even need to see the point. At least in my interpretation of the spell.
so let me make sure I'm reading this correctly. It is
I think you need to know of the point, but
when a creature moves into the spell's area for the first time or starts its turn there. And no one can be invisible in this range. So right now, I don't have to roll anything. I just put the effect on myself, and that drops hypnotic pattern. So conventional lazy guffaw. I don't know if the psychic scream took him out, but hypnotic pattern will not anymore.
I need to look and see how long that lasts, though. The screen thing. It's done until the end of the Deep Scion's next turn. Okay.
And I'm going to risk the opportunity attack.
From the Deep Scion, yeah, he's gonna take it. He's gonna take it with his. What's he got? I think he would try to claw you. Swipe. Did he hit? No, it bounced off your armor as you dip out of there. And
Stunned.
Wings is stunned. Cowardly Chuckle is stunned. The Mind Flyer.
Cowardly Chuckles. He's in the.
Oh, was it the start of
effects.
his turn? Yeah, he is in the effect. So go ahead and give him his lovin's.
I didn't roll for some reason. I tried again.
He fails. So he takes 16 points of radiant damage.
And he's exhausted. One level of exhaustion, and he's surrounded by this light.
He's stunned as well, still. So he's stunned, and now he looks out of breath and exhausted.
There is an effect for all of them. So let me do that. Luckily, there is no sound, so I didn't crash Timescape.
And the Mind Flyer.
Okay, so he is okay because he saved. Never mind.
Let's see. I think he's gonna give the old Mind Blast.
Is that a spell?
It is a. It is an innate ability. He can innately cast the following spells. So, what are you? Why are you asking?
I was going to counter it if it was a counter spell. I mean, if it was a spell.
Yeah, I don't think you can counter an innate spell. I don't think so.
If it's a spell,
If it's innate spell casting, you can. If it's just an ability, then no.
It's
His
an
mind
innate.
trust is psionics anyway. I don't think you can.
Yeah, it's psionics. Psionic. So let's see. 60-foot cone. Krell, Scuzzer, not himself.
I'm going to use my inspiration for a save I got to
Squall
make.
I am
and
too.
Yeah, I'll use my inspiration for the save too.
Ember. 1, 2, 3,
So
4.
I'm going to use a card.
So we click advantage if we're using the inspiration.
Yeah.
Card I'm using is familiar. It should be familiar to everybody. Scatter. Doesn't work. Use this card when triggered by an area attack. You and your allies may take a dash action as a reaction.
So
Sorry, Drake.
it's just affecting you then?
No, it says you and your allies may take a dash action as a reaction.
Okay. Well, see your token and see the purple area. You're still within it, so that's why I'm asking.
Oh, I haven't moved yet. That's why.
All right, so we won't even roll that, and I'll mark that off and move you guys
Get rid of my card.
as you guys jump out of the way of his wah 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 wah
I've
mind
had that
blast.
since I was like second level.
However,
Beautiful.
that's it. That's all he can do. Oh, he can move, right? Yeah. Well, he's getting the fuck out of here.
He's gonna get an op shot.
Knock him on his ass.
Well, hold on 1 second before you do that. Hold on.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, no, go ahead.
I
Oh,
already did.
he missed you. You missed him. As he goes out the door, Scuzzer.
Damn. These 3 berserkers over here in this green area, are they all within 10 feet of each other? That one's not exactly in a square.
I will put him in that square.
All right, so yeah, okay. Scuzzer is going to
All 4 of them are within 10 feet of each other.
all 4 of them. Oh yeah, well, yeah, Scuzzer's going to target this lazy guffaw guy and knock an arrow and start saying some nice fancy words. And as he's drawing the arrow back, it's going to start crackling with lightning. And he's going to take a shot at this guy here.
The one behind the table a little bit? You're gonna. Oh, well, you got sharpshooter anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, that guy there.
Oh, skips off the table and hits him because he's stunned.
And then he's going to. That's going to be this damage. And then the deep, that guy and the other guy within 10 feet of him. I'm going to make dexterity saving throws. And then take some lightning damage as well. Trying to untarget him so I can do this again. And I'll take my second shot at him.
Well, that's a hit.
And do the same thing.
He's still up. You can't even kill anybody. What the hell?
Yeah, let me take that last shot.
Oh, that was so close. So it like hits the table and then the table like flips over and lands on him.
Shit.
And you feel so good about that shot that you have a +5 to your armor class for 1 round.
Nice. Then these other 2 guys are going to take theirs. And then that is the end of Scuzzer's turn.
Poor guy. So Vigilant Lisp. This guy's not even wounded yet. He turns around and sees Nystagmus standing there. He's got his great axe out still. And he recklessly attacks Nystagmus, and bounces off your armor. So whoever attacks him is going to have advantage. Squall.
All right, so Squall sees this pathetic thing limping out the door, so he immediately goes out the door behind it. Can he see it out here?
Well, you kind of, it's only the, here, let me move your token for you. You kind of got to go out this way. But as soon as you come out the door, you see him standing there.
Okay. So I'm going to move right up beside him. I'm going to use my inspiration.
He looks over at you, and you could feel him looking into your soul.
Well, I'm going to just grab him by that octopus head of his.
It's like popsicles and stuff hanging off of it.
And with advantage, I'm going to cast Inflict Wounds at level 4.
And
Did that
Target
target him?
inflict wounds.
What
No.
the?
As he steps aside from you, his tentacles bat your hand away. As his armor class is higher than an 18. He's got some kind of
All right.
glowy thing going on.
Then damn it! When you should have taken a couple levels in fighter.
What the hell happened to this guy?
They were in area of effect. Something looks like.
That automatically did it.
Yeah, it's one of Kent's extensions. That auto save for ongoing.
As he dies, Sea King Fenris. He looks a little less scared. Kind of gets up, stands up a little, looks around. Can he get over to this guy? Yeah, he's gonna step over to this berserker guy. And
He says next one who attacks him has advantage because of a fumble.
He was
Takes his-
berserking. He's recklessly attacking.
well, see, I don't understand why it's doing that. I pick up a die and it rolls to hit.
It's Kent's fault. It's one of his extensions.
Blame him.
As he moves up behind this guy and he jabs him with a spear, doing 10 points of damage. And Sea King Fenris spins around with a spear again and sticks him again, doing another 7 points of damage, and then jukes to the side and tries to stick him again with a spear and hits him 3 times. Quick session with his spear. Chuck, chuck, chuck. He's like, die. And was Sea King wounded by something? He didn't get wounded, did he? Do you guys remember him getting wounded?
Not that I know.
Remember?
All right, I'm gonna take those off of him. As it's Krell's turn.
All right. Well, Krell is gonna go chasing after this guy, just like Squall, and he'll come out to there.
And you see Squall like cursing, and this guy's barely able to move as you shoot him in the face and kill him because he only had 3 hit points left.
All right. Well, good.
Good.
Can I shoot indoors from where I'm at? I mean, the door's open.
You could target that guy, Vigilant Lisp, easily.
Yeah, I'll target him for the rest of my attacks. So that was 1, 2 for my extra attack.
Are you still hasted?
Yes, and then bonus action attack. And then haste attack.
Sounds like a Gatling gun as he goes down. And that guy
And thank you,
failed.
Squall, for keeping him here.
The Deep Scion. He's still up.
He's inside the circle too.
He took his damage.
He took his damage automatically. 21
Ooh,
points.
21. Good lord.
No, he's gonna come.
Good lord!
He's gonna come dashing
Lordy.
up to the Sea King. That's all he can do, because he had to dash. Yeah, he doesn't have any range. He already did his Psychic Screech and screwed everybody. This guy turns around and wants to attack the Sea King with his
Isn't he
great
dead?
axe. And it spits up some blood as he falls over onto the ground. Scuzzer.
Got a question with this lightning arrow spell. I'll link it here. So does this mean if I'm still concentrating on it, every piece of ammunition I shoot is lightning, or can I choose to shoot without because there's
No,
friendlies within?
the next time you make a ranged weapon attack during the spell's duration. So it's just the next time.
Once.
One time.
During the spell's duration, which is up to 1 minute.
Right, but the next one, but it's not every one. It's the next one. Each round.
Okay. So you can only use it once.
Yeah, but up to a minute. You can use it one time. So you cast it and hold it up to a minute. Next time you make a ranged attack weapon during the spell's duration, the weapon's ammunition or the weapon itself transform into a lightning bolt. So make the attack roll as normal. So it's just one time.
All right. Well, then.
So you couldn't have done it twice before.
Well, there's no need to hold the concentration on it anymore then.
Right, because it should drop off automatically once you use it, but it doesn't know you used it, you know what I mean? It's a manual thing.
All right, let me drop that off then.
I mean, you could cast it again. It's a bonus action.
I wanted to target this Deep Scion, and I didn't want the other guy to take damage. And I'll bonus action the Hunter's Mark on him then.
Hunters marked like a ton of people.
Oh, did I still have other people targeted?
Yeah.
Scion, Wings, and Berserker Cowardly.
Didn't hear you, Seized.
I took it off of Wings and the other one,
Alright,
so I won't be hitting him
so you
anymore.
hit him. The Deep Scion gets hit in the left ear.
It's already broken.
And that's enough to finish him off.
And then I'll target the guy in the corner, Cowardly Chuckle. Does he still have the Hunter's Mark on him? Because it needs to come off. Yeah, I'll take it off. And I'll take a shot at him.
And that's a hit.
And for some damage.
23.
And
Still
then-
up.
He's still up, and I'm still hasted. So I'll take that last shot.
that's a hit. For
Oh,
and
horrible.
still up.
That's it.
And he succeeds twice. I don't know why he had 2 rolls, but he made them both with the same roll. That was weird. And he's going to
He's got the effect on him twice.
move up here and take a shot at Sea King Fenris. This crossbow. And he hits him, doing 8 points of damage. And that's all he can do. Squall.
All right. So Squall is going to use his air genasi ability, levitate this mind flayer up off the ground and grab him by the tentacles of his face and drag him back in here and use his action to drag him right up to Sea King Franus, and drop him and say, "Tell us now and tell us true, or I'll call Tempest wrath down upon your kingdom. Are there any more of these things around here?" And then I'm going to let the levitate spell drop right at his feet.
He says, "There are, but they have not shown themselves to me. But I know they exist. Some are feeding on us, on our brains." Ember.
Well, that explains a lot.
All right, so Ember is fully aware that with the fighters we have, the Ranger, especially with them being hasted, this guy is dead. Dead
Just a
man
matter
walking.
of 10 hit
But
points. Can you do it?
he conveniently knew how to combat the hypnotic pattern and ruin my spell. So I'm going to unload my
And the only
wand at
reason I
him.
gave it to him is he actually had to move through their space to get into the room.
So he's going to get 7 magic missiles.
I don't think he's going to take 7. I think he's going to get about 4. Maybe 3. He got 6 charges.
It's
1, 2, 3, 4. Oh,
total of
sorry.
7.
5 charges.
So I use up 5, and then he gets 5 plus 2, 7.
3, 6. Wait, you don't have him targeted.
Oh, that would help, wouldn't it?
But that's enough to kill him. So we don't need to do any more. As he falls over dead. And
And then I'll drop concentration on my spell.
as you guys defeated the encounter. So that's it, guys. It is a 9 after. Good time. It worked out perfect time-wise. We went a tiny bit over. But don't forget to get your inspiration, guys, except for Squall, who did use your
Use mine.
inspiration.
And
But
yes,
cards
to no avail.
To no avail. And we're going to stop right there. So, hey, stream, I appreciate you guys coming. And if you want to, follow me on YouTube, I'm trying to get 100 viewers or 100 subscribers, so I don't have that number. I'm just trying to get my name. So I need 100, but you could be one of the 50 some odd that I still need. So if you don't mind, hit me up on YouTube. I have Instagram. There's my Facebook stuff and all that stuff. On Thursday night, we're going to be over on Marbania's channel. We're going to be playing some Deadlands. So you can catch us over there on Deadlands on Marbania's channel. And then on Saturday, Sven is running Rick and Morty, probably our last session, I think, of Rick and Morty. And then in a couple of weeks, we're moving into Icewind Dale. As soon as that comes out and I get to prep a little, I'll be running that back over on Rob's stream. If you want to follow on Rob's stream, here's his information. And we appreciate you hanging out, and we'll catch you guys later. Have a good one. See you guys.